So in 2012, when you wrote that book, there were rumblings about America being in decline. You fought back forcefully, but I'd like you to update that and talk about that narrative now in 2023. Where do we stand, and how does China fit into it?
Oh, that's a large question.
Yeah.
I think, we are, decline seems to be our favorite topic. And I mean, Americans have been talking about their decline literally since the time of the revolution. I remember a great speech by Patrick Henry, I think at the time of the constitutional ratification debates, talking about how America in its youth used to be more virtuous. So there's a constant theme of decline in the United States. But I think we have seen time and again that these predictions of American decline turn out to be premature. Not because someday they won't be correct. I'm sure, what goes up must come down, and eventually the United States will be in decline, but we're not there yet. And I think one of the interesting data points in that is precisely what's going on in Ukraine right now. Russia is supposed to be and is in many respects a major military power, at least in the same general category as the United States. But look how poorly it's functioning, and in this war, and it's pretty clear even now that the Western technology is superior and is allowing a relatively, comparatively speaking, much weaker country to hold its own against a much stronger country. That's just one data point. The American economy, I don't know how many times I've heard that the dollar is no longer going to be the universal currency, that it's going to be supplanted by something else. But that clearly isn't the case. And the United States is still the place where people feel it's the best place to invest their money, despite everything, despite the growth of China. I think that we should not be so focused on our decline, but talk about what we need to do with our power that can maintain a peaceful world. China is certainly rising, but if you compare China to past great powers, ambitious great powers like Nazi Germany or Imperial Japan or Imperial Germany, China is not as strong as those countries were, and not as it's a threat, it's a challenge, it's something the Americans need to deal with, and I think can deal with. But I don't think we need to be too hysterical about creating an image of China as something that is an unstoppable force that we can't deal with.